And we are live! Hey everyone, my name is Prince, and welcome back to game night. An actual game night, unlike yesterday's. Oh yeah, that was rough. That was very weird, very rough, and I hope that that sort of stuff never happens again. But welcome back, everyone. We are here. We are live. I'm speaking to you all. It's weird, I was trying to do an audio test, and the stream's latency was, like, really low. But, yeah, weird. Regardless. Sending out the notifs. God, I forgot to send out... Did I forget to send out, like, all the notifs yesterday? Not all of them. I sent out a few. I guess I forgot to send out some of them. But I'm quite excited for, today's stream. Should be a very nice, chill one. Very relaxing. And, yeah. Classic bit of game night. This is what game night's all about. Do wonder if there's a Discord for this game. There we go. Oh, and don't forget the tweet. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, I actually need to take a drink. Ah, very nice. Right. So, everyone, welcome to my dream setup. Very chill, nice, relaxing game, perfect for game night. Very simple game. It's all about designing, you know, gaming setup rooms. That's really all there is to it. It's apparently got a Steam Workshop. I didn't know that. And it's got DLC. I've had my eye on this game for a while, and I think I got it pretty cheap. I think it's pretty cheap anyway. I might have just bought it. Yeah. And we're just gonna chill out with some good vibes, some good beats. Bit of lo-fi, it sounds like. Might turn the audio down a little bit. Again, it's turned down quite a bit already. It can be a tad bit loud. Auto save frequency, let's put that down to 5 minutes. But yeah, it's a very simple game, but it's very polished, as you can see. It's got night mode, that's very nice. I hope this isn't... I hope we don't have a 25 limit, because that's extremely limiting if so. Might actually quickly look that up. 25 room limit. No, I'm not seeing... I'm not sure. No idea. Right, well, let's get into it regardless. Okay, so we can... I'm just getting a bunch of achievements, bloody hell. Right. Hey, Ma. Weirdly enough, when I first loaded up OBS, I still had the game capture source open from capturing Interplanetary last night. But for some reason, even though it specified Interplanetary, it was still capturing this, which is really weird because it usually captures by name. Hey Andrew, welcome. Okay then, let's get straight into this. So, this is my first time playing it, obviously, you know. Okay, so I can use the middle mouse button or WASD to move, and Q, well, I can use Q and E to rotate, but fortunately I can still just use right mouse button to zoom around. I love that the walls pop up and down like that. Again, games like this, you know, very polished. Oh, and change the background color. Okay, very nice. Blueprint mode. Okay. It's probably gonna be a lot to get used to. Friggin' hell. Alright then. I can change the weather. Go again. Rain. Oh, we can have rain as well. Custom weather. Oh, fantastic. Not really any goal in particular, Andrew. Just it's a sandbox game. It's the goal is to stretch our imaginations. The first thing I thought I don't think I'm gonna do it immediately. I'll probably do it later. But the first thing I thought to do, one of the first things was actually make Max's room. So these all, I'm pretty sure, yeah, a lot of these are gonna be DLC. Let me just sort of, okay, let's have a peruse. So that'll be workshop, I think. That'll probably be, okay, it's like The Sims 4. It does feel like a bit of a smaller version of The Sims 4. We have windows. Okay, we got some doors. Got some racing setup stuff. This game does have a few DLCs. But I mean, don't you have some kitchen stuff? Bit of bleach in your room in case, you know, you've watched Max Steel Season 5 recently, or Dinosaur King Season 2, or The Last Jedi. Anything of that variety. I'm gonna have a medieval tankard. Okay. God, are we designing a room setup or a McDonald's? Bloody hell, who has a coffee... Who has, like, a multiple coffee machine in their room? Yeah, always carry that bleach around. Never know when you might need to purge your soul of some terrible media. That's some spooky stuff. Also, I'm playing this game at around the perfect time because I think there was an update recently where they added just a bunch of stuff for free. Like I think 30 new parts. Game will be saved in 30 seconds. Okay, thanks for the tip. No, I don't have a multiple coffee machine in my room, funnily enough, Ma. Do you? Is that a regular thing? I wasn't aware of that. Favorite turbo mode is probably always been rocket mode. Andrew, very much a fan of that. Oh, the lava lamps. Right, I feel like the natural... we can have custom pictures. I thought we might be able to. I hoped we'd be able to. I think the logical first step would probably be to make my room. Because obviously you guys only get sort of a very limited perspective about what my room looks like, just sort of from this angle. Although, you have seen a few different angles over the years, so, you know, you could sort of piece a few things together. Oh yeah, throw a bit of, like, laundry in there if we wanted to. It's getting too relatable. Some Christmas stuff, some books. Ooh, lots of books. My dream setup card game. I wonder if that's a real thing. Probably not. Got some chess, some D&D dice. That's awesome. I know where your bed sleeps. Well, technically, my bed doesn't sleep at all. I sleep in my bed, but my bed is an inanimate object that does not need rest. I got some Funko Pops, too. Maybe these are the developers. That would be funny. Mirrors. Oh, like a flag. That's very cool. I can see I'm going to have a lot of fun with this game. Some funky Rubik's Cubes, telescope. No, I don't think so. Is that a famous... I don't recall ever hearing that joke before. Oh, we got a model train as well. I would absolutely... If I was rich, that would be what I would spend my money on. A giant, like, model railway with, like, dinosaurs and different eras of time and stuff. I'd make, like, little sparkly, colourful, lit-up tunnels like they were going through time and stuff. That'd be very cool. Lots of plants, too. I used to have, like, fake vines on my bed, because my room used to be themed around dinosaurs when I was younger. Ah, yes, this is more like it. This is what I'm talking about. This is my stuff. There's some drum stuff. Oh, it's one of these things. I can't remember what they're called. I want to say it's like an air drum. I think that might be wrong, but this is the sort of stuff they use for like Minecraft music and stuff. We got all sorts of stuff here. Gramophone. Got some record displays. A jukebox. Love that. What do we have here? What are these? Oh, these are meant to be 3D printers, right. That's very cool. I am really liking all of this setup. Oh yeah, you got a drone there. A soldering iron. Just a USB there. Yeah, this is really funny. There we go. Of course, this bit is gonna be very big. Lots and lots of computers. This is very, very, very cool. Oh, it'd be so good. Hold on, I'm not sure if there will be one, but it'd be really cool if there was like a game case that you could put a custom image on. I'm not sure. Oh, I think that might be it. Yeah. Oh, that's maybe that's a book. I'm not sure. These some funky looking PCs. Yeah, I feel like people have a love-hate relationship with Nova Mode with, you know, I think it would be, it's divisive. It is a divisive turbo mode because it's like one of those sort of mech-like turbo modes where it's like not, it's like Max inside the suit, whereas the suit, like, instead of armor, it's like Max piloting a suit rather than him just being in the suit. But, yeah, and obviously the whole helmet thing, you know, can't forget about that. That legit looks pretty much exactly like my old chair. It was smaller than this one. This is literally just an old office chair. But it wasn't until I got this one until, that I realized, like, how small, actually, my, my older one was. And we got lots of other stuff as well. With games like this, I always feel like there's the risk of there not being enough stuff. Like, I mean, you know, I know better than anyone as, like, a game dev graduate that, you know, it takes a lot of time to model everything, but in a game like this, you do want a lot of flexibility. And I feel like this game, from what I'm seeing here, definitely provides that. Like, this is just the page for desks. I feel like I've seen games where it would literally just be like this. This is it. This is the desks you've got, and you've got to work with them. Lots. Yeah, this is... I am impressed and happy with the amount of stuff they've given us. Alright, then. Toggle inner walls. Get rid of that. Okay. Toggle camera perspective. Ooh, that's funky. Ooh, okay. And that's very useful. And then I imagine, yeah, photo mode. Fantastic. Okay. Ah, and then that just exits us right back out. Okay. Right, toggle no collision mode. Okay, let's get started then. Now, blueprint mode. What? Ah! Right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, I'm liking this. So, my room is actually quite small. So... It's, like, really small. I'm not even kidding. Maybe one more out by that way. No, I've not seen the OG Max Steel. I have no interest in it. Like, a lot of people have asked me, like, if I'm ever going to watch it or review it or whatever, but I don't think I am. Just because it just doesn't interest me. And, you know... Because, you know... I like the Max Steel, I like the reboot because of what it is, because of the themes, because of, you know, like all the reasons that I like, the reboot, all of the reasons that I don't think I would like the OG series. Like, obviously it goes without saying the visuals are very dated, and like that's one of the things that makes me love the reboot a lot, is the stunning visuals, and the OG series just really doesn't have that. The themes and the sci-fi aspect to it and everything like that. But yeah. And to be honest, like, I'm sort of happy, like, nowadays that, we have, like, the reboot Reddit and stuff that I run, as opposed to the singular Max Steel subreddit, because I've always been of the mind that they shouldn't mingle. Like, I mean, not that they shouldn't mingle, like, OG fans and reboot fans, they can come together. I mean, it's very much that they don't, generally, they don't tend to like each other. But, they shouldn't be, it's not like one thing. I don't think it should be treated as just Max Steel. It should be definitely treated as two separate fandoms, because they are just completely different things. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. I think that's probably a Dutch thing. I've never heard that before, Mar, but that's quite funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair, Andrew. Like, yeah, it's just not something that really interests me. Right, let's get started, shall we? Let's look for a desk that matches my desk. And for once, I think we might actually have found a game where, it's so specific that I could probably find an exact match. Potentially. Then again... what my desk actually is, so it's a bit cheating because my desk isn't actually, like, it's not really what it should be, really. In that, my desk is sort of this type of desk, or rather, I'm trying to find, like, it's like, this desk, but with only one drawer at the top, and then there's empty space, below that. I think it used to be a, I think it used to be a cupboard, actually. It's been so long since we, like, took it all out, but that's where my PC sits now. So we took out the drawer and the openable door bit of it, and, now my PC sits in that little bit there. I think this one would actually be more accurate, because I do have, like, a little cubby bit down here. Yeah, that's interesting, Ma. Yeah, I think that's seemingly a Dutch thing then. But that's funny. Let's... Okay, so we right-click. And then... It's not actually exactly against the wall, but, there we go. Again, this is pretty much accurate to how small my room is. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so, put my PC. Is there one that sort of matches the look of my PC? It's not a glass. It has glass on the side. The front of it, you guys have seen it, but, oh, I got a Switch there, too. That's awesome. And a PS5. Guess maybe go with this one. Rotate. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ah! Oh my god, we can, like, change the colors and stuff. And we can turn it on! It's working! Turn something on! No, yeah, it's just my bedroom. But yeah, it seems like this is probably... I don't know, it's like... If you took everything out, it would probably be... I actually think it'd be smaller than this. But, yeah, I still live with my mom, obviously, so, you know, this is just my childhood home. Okay, M to move. What about rotate? How do we rotate? There's got to be. There's no actual way that we shouldn't be able to rotate it. There's no way. Oh, we can change the color too. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, you're lucky, Ma. It's the mode I hate the most. That goes without saying. I've mentioned it in many videos, but it's probably hunter mode. Yeah, it is. It is hunter mode. It's the one turbo mode that did not need to exist. Okay, am I genuinely missing something? I refuse to believe. That you can't rotate objects. Ah, there we go. Scroll wheel. I'm gonna say, I physically refuse to believe it in a game like this that you can't rotate objects. That would be lunacy. There's no way. Okay, no, not blueprint mode. Alright, give me a chair. Give me a chair. What's my chair look like? Kinda like this, I guess. I have gone through some fucking whack chairs in my history as a YouTuber, or just in this room. Like, I can't I can't really imagine not having a nice chair like this now. But no shit, before this, I had a much smaller chair that didn't really even, like, I couldn't even lean my head back because it went up to, like, the back of my neck. Before that, I had a fucking ratty kitchen chair, I think. And then before that, I deadass, I'm not shitting you, for so long, had a stool that looked pretty much exactly like this. Like, pretty much identical to this. I had a stall. It was ridiculous. It was not good. It's probably why I'm always hunched over, because I was used to having to lean forward because I'm on a stool. Yeah. All YouTubers start with a broken ass chair, ain't that the truth? What do you mean you hate the duo strikes, Andrew? What? You can't mean the fusion modes. You can't physically. I can't comprehend anyone hating the fusion modes. They're one of the greatest things in Max Steel. Yeah, it's probably this one that... I like to be accurate, you guys know this. Yeah, it's probably this one, actually. Yeah. Yeah, the controls are very nice in this game. They're very, easy to use. Okay, that's looking good. They're the fusion modes from, Season 3, Mar. One of the best things Max Steel ever did. Really made us think that we were entering the peak era of the show. That's why Season 3 is so fucking crazy, because, like, I've never really fully said this on a video, but the way I sort of see, Season 3 is that, like, they were a bit sloppier with the writing in comparison to prior seasons, but they made up for it with all the cool shit that they introduced. Like, Season 3 was more just like a sugar rush of really cool shit. Like, we had Jim back, you know, Jim's turbo modes, Makino taking over Max, the duo strikes. It was crazy. Funnily enough, the phrase duo strike was never actually said in the show. Hey Fuka. That's actually something that was rather interesting. They never actually referred to... They never really even give it a name. Like, they don't say fusion modes. They don't say duo strike. They don't really say anything. Little teaser, in Turbified, I am going to be canonizing the name Duo Strike. Because I always thought it was a bit weird that they never really said anything. Oh, did he? No, hold on. You might be right, Fuka, because I think I do know which bit you're talking about. I'm going to briefly mute desktop audio for a sec. I need to check that, because I think I do know what you're talking about, and I think it is in Maximum Morphos, with, when they were at his lair. Give me 2 secs, it's really not playing ball today. Yes, I have, fuck off. Oh, fucking hell. She knows. It's starting again. Okay, here we go. Maximum Morphos, there you are. You guys know I like to check my sources and always improving my knowledge of Max Steel. Come on, I know the quote's here somewhere. Oh no, yeah, he did. That's so weird. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot about that. That is so weird that, that Morphos, that Morphos actually referred to them as Duo Strike, but Max didn't. So technically they are canon. I kind of forgot about that. That's just a little bit. I'm gonna sort of disregard that line for Turbified because that doesn't really make any sense that Morphos knew to call them that because Max and Steel didn't even call them that. But yeah, I'm gonna canonize that in Turbified. Like they come up with that name. Right. Okay, so the way I have things set up, again, it's just a janky-ass fucking setup. I've got a curved monitor right in front. And then, legit, I'm not even kidding, my second monitor, my original monitor that I've had since I had my first ever PC, it's still working somehow. It gets a bit grainy every now and then, but it is still working. Is legit on like a styrofoam cube, so it's on like the same level as my other monitor. How would I replicate that though? I just need like a little box. Little box. Yes, a safe. Box. So just use this. And maybe scale it. Ah, yes, perfect. Maybe. Yeah, this is. They have outdone themselves with this game. This is wonderful. A waste of creativity! What are you talking about, Andrew? I don't say this often, but it is alright to have a wrong opinion. I've never met a single Max Steel fan that has ever not liked Duo Strike. I can't even fathom how anyone could dislike Duo Strike. It's like, it's such an awesome part of the show. And such a peak thing that they introduced in Season 3. I can't even fathom that. Like, that is wild. And again, you know, have your own opinion, but that is just... I've never, in all my years of being a Max Steel fan, met anyone who dislikes Duo Strike. Because to me, it's one of the best things the show ever did. It's just unbelievable levels of peak. I kind of wish we could just make it a bit smaller. Okay, that's all the monitors I can have. But yeah, I don't see how it can be a waste of creativity when arguably it opens up more creativity and potential for turbo modes than the show ever had before. Like, beforehand, you know, every single turbo mode sort of had to follow a very sort of strict pattern in that if a turbo mode had to do something that another turbo mode sort of couldn't. And that sort of limits what you can do with turbo modes. But with Duo Strike, there's so many different, like, ways you can take it. So many, so much potential you can have with that sort of stuff. Oh, yes, perfect. Might have to scale it down a little bit just to... I might have to... Hold on, let me scale down this one a bit. I think it's a bit too wide. Yeah, this game is really everything I hoped it could be and more, I think. This is, you know, with creative games, it's always somewhat of a risk that it can be a bit, you know, just a bit underwhelming, really. Okay, I think that's the best I'm going to get with that, really. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll pull up some images. More, give me a sec. Again, because Season 3 was so short-lived, only having technically 6 episodes, if you don't count the minisodes. We only got 3 canon ones, but they were fantastic while they lasted. But we got Canon Spike here. Obviously a mixture of Canon and Spike mode. We got Sonic Flight mode. A mixture of Sonic and Flight mode. And... oh god, that one's a big one. And then here's... Hydro Heat mode. Which is Scuba and Heat mode. I actually came up with a really interesting theory on that the other day, because it's always been a very... Hydro Heat mode's always been a very unusual thing, because it's meant to be a mixture of Scuba and Heat mode, and they show that Scuba is the other part of Hydro Heat mode. But it's weird that they say Hydro Heat mode. Because Hydro mode isn't, like, it's Scuba mode, it's the wrong name. I came up with a theory, because I was rewatching Hard Water the other day, Scuba mode's debut, that, Max was actually the one who came up with the name Scuba mode. So, I think it could very well be possible that Hydro mode is actually Scuba mode's real name. Because all of the, well, not all of the turbo modes, but 90% of the turbo modes that Max uses belong to Jim before they belong to Max. They were pre-created. So I think it could be entirely possible that, that Scuba mode's original name was Hydro mode, which could solve the naming thing. It doesn't necessarily solve the main oddity, which is that somehow putting Scuba mode with Heat mode gives it a water gun, which Scuba didn't have. But I don't think it's that much of a stretch to take a mode that is to do with water and generate a water gun. I know it's physically not part of scuba mode, but I don't think it's that much of a jump, going from scuba mode to having a water gun. It's sort of like a expansion of the powers. Like, what I really like about duo strike modes is that it works a bit differently. I think, like, the sort of closest thing would be, the Ben 10 Ultimates, or, like, the Ben 10 Fusions to go with. But, like, with the Ben 10 Ultimates, they usually, like, they become more powerful, but they also lose a power. But, the duo strike modes I really like, because it seems as though there is no power loss. It is purely about, like, putting both modes' powers together, keeping everything that is good about both of them, and then adding more stuff on top of that. Like, it's not about counterbalancing, it's not about, sacrificing power. It is about making a mode that is more powerful, and is the two modes put together and made more powerful. Like, I think it's entirely possible. Again, we didn't really see much of Hydro Heat mode, but from the way it's designed, I think it's entirely possible that the things on its back could actually be, like, propellers or, like, you know, turbo thrusters to work underwater. And obviously the helmet definitely looks like it could work underwater as well. Like with Cannon Spike, it can fire spikes like Spike mode. It can form into the Cannonball like Cannon mode. But it also has an expansion of the Turbo Spike mode whips, and it makes them flails instead, which are, like, more powerful. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's, like, first of all, like, the concept of fusing turbo modes is just, like, such an incredibly exciting concept, like, by itself. Like, again, it's easy just to say, you know, like, oh, you know, to make it another new turbo mode, but it's like, I personally, like, for example, Kuro from the Ink Tank, he's stated before that, like, he's not really a fan of gimmicks, like, when it comes to Ben 10, like, ultimates, fusions, the shock rock stuff. I personally disagree with that, and mainly just, like, it's not really, it's a bit different with Ben 10 anyway, because Ben 10 has a history of mishandling gimmicks anyway. Like, the ultimates were a horrendous letdown. So were the fusions for Ben 10K most of the time. And not to mention, it fucks up a lot of Ben's morality anyway, but that's a whole other discussion. And it's like, like, Duo Strike is such an incredible new thing to bring to the franchise. And again, it, like, opens up a whole new avenue of powers, and it keeps the show fresh. Again, that's why I think it's, like, you know, every now and then new stuff is cool, like, new stuff like that. And I think with shows like this, I think that's really, that is a really good thing to introduce, like, new concepts, new concepts to keep the show fresh. Like, for going back to Ben 10, like, obviously in the original series, you had, you know, the original aliens. Then in Alien Force, you had the concept that now Ben could quick change between aliens. Then in Ultimate Alien, you had the Ultimates, and then, and you could argue in Alien Force, you also had, other Omnitrix wielders like Albedo, but, and then in Omniverse, you know, you had, like, Nematrix transformations and more alternate Omnitrix wielders, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, alternate Bens, of course. So again, I think with shows like Max Steel and like Generator X and Ben 10, stuff like that is necessary and beloved. I think that's like, again, you're genuinely the first person who said I've seen to say anything negative about Duo Strike. Again, it's generally, yeah, I've never met anyone who's disliked Duo Strike, so I think it's just like, there's nothing bad about it, apart from how, apart from, tragically, you know, how little it was used, but that's not really a fault of Duo Strike itself. And again, it's the whole thing that, like, a lot of the things that make sense for Duo Strike mode wouldn't really make sense for a regular turbo mode to have. Like, Sonic Flight mode, you know, it's not as fast as Flight mode or Rocket mode, and, you know, it'd be a bit weird to just have, a mode with the Sonic Blast, because that's just what Sonic mode is anyway, so it's about creating more advanced turbo modes that work in a slightly different way. And again, like, it just opens up a whole new avenue of powers and intrigue. Not to mention, obviously, like, you know, it adds another level of, it's the same way that it worked for the Ben 10 fusions, like Dr. Animo and the Mutant Ray. That episode where they first introduced fusions legit changed the fandom of Ben 10. Like, because I don't really think anyone really considered fusions before that episode, but then they made that episode where Ben broke the Omnitrix and started getting fusion aliens, and then everyone was just, they were going crazy making fusions of their own, and they kept bringing them back in all the different series, and yeah, so it adds another level of something that the community can engage with, and, you know, like, everyone makes up their own turbo modes, and I'd argue that it's way easier to make up Duo Strike modes than to make up turbo modes, like, because again, like, the whole thing of why I dislike, the whole reason I dislike Hunter mode so much is because it is factually a bad turbo mode because it does nothing. It has nothing about it that makes it worth existing. Like, every turbo mode is made to fill a specific niche, and that's why it's bad to have duplicates, because it's like, there's no point to them. Whereas with Duo Strike, you can have turbo modes that are, like, slightly similar and have slightly similar power sets, but, like, they can be different. So yeah. And I think, you know, writing Turbified, I've had so much fun coming up with, different Duo Strike modes. What mode? Hunter mode, Thuka, from the second season 4 movie. If you've not watched it, don't. It's not worth it. Right. This is looking pretty good so far. Let's finish up my desk. I have a bunch of my consoles lined up. Not sure I'm going to be able to fit them, but, let's give it a go. It'd be in here, wouldn't it? So, on the far left, we have... Okay, that's really weird. It looks like we've got... That's an Xbox 360. I think that's an Xbox Series X or S or whichever fucking one it is. I don't give a shit. But we don't have a PS4 or a Xbox One. That's I think that's one. Hold on. Yeah, that's the cube looking one. This is the 360. Oh no, hold on. I think that's the one. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's the one. Huh, that's the one. Slap that, like, right on the edge. But yeah, like, Duo Strike just opened up a whole new realm of possibilities, and I can't see, like, how that's a bad thing. And again, it's just it just goes to show that, like, you know, had they gone full throttle, with Season 3, you know, it would have been the peakest shit. Yeah, don't worry, it's firmly on the edge. It's not gonna fall. Plus, it's solid, too. Xbox Ones are fucking heavy. Also, I have a PS5 with a disc tray as well, so it's not as slim as this one. Also, I have something in between, which I don't think is here, unfortunately. Oh, look, we've got some advanced mouses. It's not that close to the edge. It's fine. Yeah, I don't have it, unfortunately. In between, well, it's pretty much this. That is pretty much realistic to how close I have it. Maybe a bit further inwards. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Andrew, it's very interesting. Again, I've never, ever, ever met anyone who said anything negative about Duo Strike, so that's a first. But, yeah, that's pretty interesting that you have that opinion, and, you know, I very much disagree with it, but it's interesting that to meet someone who has that opinion. Also, can I rotate this one, actually? No, hold on. No, this one. Can I, like, rotate that upwards? No, okay, it has to lie flat. That's why games keep crashing, my consoles hate me. Yeah, but yeah, in between, my PS5 and my Xbox One, I actually have my PlayStation 2, but that's not here, unfortunately. What's this? Is that a... Oh, I think that's... maybe a tape player? I'm not sure. What's this? I think that might be like a... Maybe a NES? I'm not sure. I'm really showing my my young age. Like, what for these old... That's not... Like, what are these old consoles? I don't know what they are. Not sure Adenoids was the best voice to go for that with, but it matters not. And they don't have the Wii here either. My setup of consoles, like over here, It goes Xbox One, PS2, PS5, Wii. I used to have the Switch up here as well, but I moved it back over there, over there. She was taking up space on my desk. Let me give myself a keyboard. Right there. My desk is a mess, but that is to be expected, you know. Grab myself a mouse. I've got a very simple mouse. I don't have a complex mouse. Or like I'd love to have a complex, like a cool looking mouse, but my other one started, oh my god, it was the most infuriating thing. I think I was talking about it at the time, but my scroll wheel like wouldn't work properly. Like I was scrolling down and it would like, for like every 2 scrolls I did down, it would automatically go like up 1. So like if I scrolled down like this, it would go like It was so fucking infuriating. I swear to god, I have the most annoying glitches happen to me all the time with technology, games, everything. I am just being punished for something I did in a past life, apparently. Now, this is pretty much identical to what my webcam actually looks like. There we go. This is really cool. I'm really happy with this game. Like, again, there have been a lot of times I've played games like this, and it's been, like, a bit underwhelming. There haven't been that many parts. There's been really annoying limitations. This is not one of those games. I can imagine myself sitting in this game for fucking hours. Yeah, to be honest, I've never really wanted or needed, it would be cool to have one, but I've never really wanted or needed, like, an ergonomic mouse or anything. I make do with just a simple mouse. Although, is there, I have, like, a mouse pad with, like, a hand rest. I don't really think any of these... Oh, those are still mouses, okay. Do I think Titan mode is modified from Makino's first mode? Oh, like Annihilation mode? No, actually, because, Max's dialogue in Wrath of Makino regarding Titan mode actually implies that it was one of Jim's modes. Because he said that he saw, that Titan mode was something he saw in Makino's memories. So, obviously, you know, Makino never took control of, like, Jim beforehand. And obviously, there was sort of a large chunk of time, where Jim was sort of off in the universe fighting Makino. And obviously, he very clearly had a lot of turbo modes. He probably has plenty of turbo modes that we have yet to see. And I think Titan mode was one of them. So, because Titan mode was in Makino's memory, so it must have been, a mode that he'd seen Jim use. And I actually theorize that Titan mode may have been the mode that he used to fight and defeat Makino when the first Battle of Earth happened. Because I think that, if the first Battle of Earth was going so sideways that Makino was actually forced to retreat, I don't think he'd be hanging out up in the Alpha Link. I think he'd be like, alright, my fucking Ultralinks are not doing a good enough job. I'm heading down to this pitiful planet and seeing what the fuck's going on. And I think that him and Jim actually had a fight. There's nothing to confirm that, but I think you could imply that that actually did happen. And Titan mode may have been the mode that he used to defeat Makino. Because I don't think Makino, like, in his regular humanoid form, would have been able to handle Titan mode. So I think it could very well be that that's the mode he used to defeat Makino. Oh yeah, I think it's I think you're referring to like Carpal Tunnel. Oh, that's funny. Well, happy birthday to your grandpa. Also, is this a PS4 as well? I'm just, I never had a PS4, obviously. What is a PS4? I can't remember what one looks like. Oh, no, I think that is a PS4. Yeah, I think that is a PS4. Maybe. Oh, well. Oh, no, that's a PS4. I don't know why it's colored with the Xbox colors, though. Right, okay. I think that might be my desk done. Don't really have anything else of note, I don't think. Oh. Okay. Fantastic, that's my desk. Now, let me modify the floor. I need just carpet. Here we go. No, that's stickers. Here we go, carpet. No, those are rugs. Let me do carpet. This is all tile. It's sort of, you can sort of see like what my carpet is. It's like a sort of dark sandy brown. They must have carpet in here, surely to God. And this is wallpaper, I think. Oh. Okay. Change furniture color 10 times. No, these are just, again, these are just rugs. Yeah. Oh damn! Yeah, I've never watched South Park. It's not really my thing. Hey Slothit. This isn't my dream setup. I'm trying to recreate my my room. Oh, is that a Series S? I guess they don't have an Xbox One then. Yeah. They have a 360. That's funny. No, it's funny that out of the 4 consoles on my desk right now, I can only replicate 2 of them, and one of them isn't even the right one. I've got, in order, it goes Xbox One, PS2, PS5, and then Wii. But they don't have, those 2. I wish my desk looked like this. This clean. When I start my AU, well, it's not technically an AU, because that's an alternate universe. Turbified is a continuation. It follows off from, like, literally directly from where Maximum Morphos left off. But, I started it all the way back in 2022. Basically didn't work on it for, like, for a long time. And then I think around 2024, I'd written most of the first episode, but I I started again because my writing skill had gotten way better. And I'm very much glad that I did, because I'm a much better writer now, and like thinking everything through than I was back then. I'm so glad that I didn't carry on with the draft of Turbified that I was writing back then. Yeah, I started again back in 2024, and I'm pretty much finishing up the first chapter now. It's taken me 2 years on and off, but it has been on and off. Like, I have sometimes just gone months without working on it, but like within the past couple of since this year, I have like started working on it as much as I possibly can and making really good progress with it. Like, writing a couple of 1,000 words every week on good weeks. And it's absolutely gonna break my record for the most words in a chapter I've ever written. Again, it's different because it's different from a regular book because it's not split up into chapters, it's split up into episodes. So, you know, chapters are usually a lot shorter in books, whereas, you know, I'm writing these as actual episodes. But, episode 1 is currently on 18,945 words. It is absolutely gonna surpass my record, which is, chapter 22 of Arthur 5, which was 19,220. It's absolutely gonna surpass that now. I didn't think it was gonna, but it absolutely is. I think I'm gonna break 20k. And yeah, really looking forward to sharing it with you guys. Oh yeah, PS4 was black. That's funny. I never really clicked onto that. Because I'm used to seeing the PS5, you know, being white. Okay, carpet. It's gotta be like a carpet, like a thing for texturing. It can't all be wood, surely. That's tile, wood, tile. Now, there's some carpets here. There we go. Not a very good-looking carpet. And then it just goes on to marble. Custom floor upload. Ah. I can actually... Maybe I could actually take an image of, No, you know what? I'm going to do that right now. We're going to take an image of my floor. We're going to get this accurate. That ought to do it. If I, if I quickly just shove that, on my, my test server so I can download it from Discord. Love it how it never saves it, considering it's literally like, one of the most commonly used chats I use on Discord. Really fucking helpful. Okay. And then I'm just gonna quickly download that. Give me 2 seconds. Fucking fly. I was about to... I'm not gonna slap you while you're on my monitor, fly. Yeah. Jesus, Mark. And I've set it to, like... Got you piece of shit. These fucking flies, man. They've been at it. They've been a bit better recently, but it's been hot today. Ugh. The fly can always try. Ugh. Fucking hell. Ugh. I thought I, like, inhaled a fly there. You know, like, after you deal with, like, an insect, you start getting, like, super paranoid about, like, finding or seeing other insects. Alright, carpet texture. I'm gonna briefly hide the game just in case it, like, brings up, my file explorer or something. Hold on, can you, like, capture yourself, please? Okay, now it is, like, legit not even capturing. What the hell? Hello? Capture? Useless motherfucker, I swear to God. That would be pretty wild, Andrew. I'm not sure how that would work, but I mean, in fairness, that's sort of what the Super Bowl Strike Force was with Dread. Why are you not capturing? You're not really gonna make me restart OBS, are you? Oh, there you go. Fucking hell. Okay, it didn't bring up the file explorer. Good. Carpet texture. Okay. I'm never really gonna get it to look seamless, am I? I just need... Why can't you just use, like, the one? Oh, I suppose that would be the same problem, wouldn't it? I'm an idiot. Yeah, I don't inhale flies, funnily enough. It's not something I do on the regular. Okay, that's... It's not gonna be seamless, but I think it's probably as seamless as I could probably make it. Shift to paint all. There we go. It's not perfect, a little grainy, but it'll do. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Good job it saves. Ah. I'm not in denial. I don't inhale flies, and I don't shit on my mouse pad. I put that out as a short because I'm still denying the allegations against me. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. So, let's do my bookcase behind me there. Actually, I probably to do my door. That would be a good thing. Very plain door. No, that's not even plain. That was not how I imagined rotating that door. Yeah, needing the toilet when you're in bed is actually really horrendous. I just realized there's like technically actually a bit of my room that I've not even constructed it right. There needs to be this little bit. Because that's where my door is. There we go. There we go. And color, change it to be more white. It's actually more cream. My phone's microphone just activated, and that was actually quite spooky. My phone's alive. I assume there's probably a light switch. Yeah, hold on, light sources. I didn't really have a proper look at them, did I? A lot of LED stuff. Is there really not a light switch? Of course there isn't. 0 out of 10. Ooh, ghost. But yeah, I'm really excited to publish Turbified because it's been such a long time since I've published anything. I've really had a bunch of projects that have just sort of not really gone anywhere. And I've improved so much in my writing since I last published anything. On me. Right. I literally don't eat my... originally I had like a cover over my light, something like this, but, you know, up there. But, I took it off because, you know, my light from my room is my only light source, so I need all the light I can get. So it's literally just a bulb now. Maybe not that big. Guess maybe I just go with like this. Oh yeah, I have been drinking. Yeah. I need to... do that. There we go. Right. Bookshelf. Bookcase. There we go. I need some more wardrobes. I guess they count. Ah, there we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's got one more. Yeah, one more than it should. Ah, what are you gonna do? So on the bottom layer, I basically just got the Arthur art book. There's got to be like a customizable book, surely. I won't customize the cover of that. Oh, that's a shame. Am I sure this... Oh, there's a Jenga tower there, that's great. Duct tape, you know, in case you fucking need it. Oh, is that Kratos? I think that's Kratos. I think that is. Certainly looks like him. Maybe it's not officially Kratos. Oh, a live stream in Hero Forge. That is actually not a bad idea, Ma. I think I might actually do that. Oh yeah, you never know when you're gonna need duct tape, you know, if you ever need to, you know, tape someone's mouth over. Wait, what? I didn't say anything. I said nothing. Nothing at all. Is this interactive? I don't see it doing anything. Oh god, fucking hell. Ah, there we go. I think this music is a little bit creepy. It's like reverse. It's like analog horror music. I can't believe there's not a customizable book. Like a book that you can just write on. Like write the title on and stuff. That's really surprising. And there's a cat meow in the background there. He's a... Okay. Oh, you like whiteboards? Yeah, probably. This should probably work. Oh, I know what to do with this. It's meant to be a game, but for the sake of, you know, for the sake of it, we'll say it's a book. That is not the way I thought it would go. Dun 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 dun. Why is that the way it went? Is there no image manipulation? It's really weird that it goes that direction. Yeah, I'm gonna say, because I think Hero Forge has gotten, like, way better now, like, especially in comparison to, like, how it used to be. Okay, I don't really know why it's done that, but there you go. What was my first experience with watching Max Steel? Well, it was when I was a kid. I saw it live. Again, that's why I cover it. Because it's like, a lot of people have asked me to cover, like, certain other franchises, like, you know, Slug Terror, I've got that one a lot. I'm trying to think of an example. I think there was a Hot Wheels, like, animated TV show. And I'm just like, I only really cover stuff because I know about it. Because I watched it as a kid. And because, therefore, I know a lot about it. And in that regard, like, that means that I can make good content on it, because I sort of know it well enough to sort of know how to make good content on it, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I will still always talk about this. I genuinely think, like, people always talk about, like, what was, like, the Nexus event of your life. Like, although Nexus with Max Steel, I don't ever want to say that word again. But, like, you know, I don't want to say canon event, because that's, like, a little bit different. Although I guess you could say it was, like, you know, your canon event was, like, the defining moment in your life. What? I've not seen, Across the Spider-Verse, because I'm not really a fan of the animation style. But what do they actually, refer to it? Oh no, a canon event is an experience in a person's life that comes to shape or define who they are. Okay. Yeah, anything that, and in Spider-Verse is anything that formulates an important part of Spider-Man's history. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be something negative. Okay, then, I can 100% say, then, that this was my canon event. I owe this entire persona, everything I am to do with covering obscure franchises and everything, which is basically who I've become, to this one event. I, like everyone, used to watch Cartoon Network on my TV as a kid. And, you know, that's actually where I first watched Stormhawks, I think, because funnily enough, that was on Cartoon Network. Hey, Duffy. I'm just talking about my canon event. So one day, without warning or meaning or anything, they took Cartoon Network off of my TV box, so I couldn't watch it anymore. And obviously I was quite, pissed off about this, understandably so. But it simply was what it was, and I just sort of had to watch other things. And due to that, I ended up watching a different channel called CITV. And it was on CITV that I first watched Dinosaur King and Max Steel. That is where I first saw the both of them. And again, without, because it's like, again, I watched, you know, I had Cartoon Network and everything, but it's like, I was scratching at my fucking monitor because I thought there was, like, a bit of dirt, like, right here. But, yeah, I watched, I was forced to watch CITV, and it was on CITV that I first saw Max Steel and Dinosaur King. And if it weren't for that unfortunate event that Cartoon Network got taken off of my TV box, I wouldn't have been forced to swap over to CITV, and thus I wouldn't have ever watched either of the two franchises that have arguably had the most influence on my channel. Which is crazy. So yeah, whatever dipshits made the decision to take Cartoon Network off of whatever TV box we had back then, I salute you, because without that, we would not have, like, my channel would not be what it is today, and, you know, we wouldn't have Turbified, we wouldn't have any of it. I really do dread to think what my life would have been like had I not walked down that path. Okay, I'm just gonna stick a box. There, where's the box? Oh yeah, just a cash register, because everyone has those in their fucking, in their bedrooms. I dread to think. It's funny. You see, that's funny because there's a character in Max Steel called Dread. Do you get it? It's funny. What's my opinion on Power Rangers? I've never really been interested in it personally. It's always been on the sort of far end of weird to me. Kind of similar to Slugterra. Like, I feel like Max Steel is like, you know, I don't really think Max Steel is weird. I think it's a perfectly normal, you know, sci-fi TV show. Whereas, like, something like Slugterra is, like, on the arse end of weird. Which is why I've never really been, you know, that interested in covering it. On top of the fact that I know jack shit about it, so I can't really cover it. Okay, let me just... Yeah, there we go. Objects can't intersect. Okay. Well, not a lot I can do. With that, then. Oh, I could put them on like this. What about, hold on, video games. I really wish there was one of these that was, like, customizable. Again, this isn't gonna be exact. Ninjago, though, I did watch, a decent bit of Ninjago. I say a decent bit. I didn't watch a decent bit at all. I watched, like, trying to, remember... Yeah, I literally just watched Season 2. Actually, no, it was Season 1 and Season 2, because I keep mistaking the pilot for Season 1, no. Yeah, because Season 2 was all about, or was it? I'm not sure. No, Season 1, yeah, they did have, Season 1 and 2 were basically, like, one big season, because they did, like, follow on from one another. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, I used to do that more, you know, back when, I had a sleep schedule well, you know, back when I was a kid, I used to get up in the morning, like, before my mum would get up, go downstairs and just play on my Xbox and stuff. Good times. But yeah, Ninjago's awesome, you know, I love Ninjago, although I think it from what I've seen, it has had varying levels of quality, and I really I don't like the fact, you know, that they eventually changed just the way everything looked, especially the Spinjitzu. No, never played any of the Batman Arkham games, mainly just because I'm, like, not really a DC fan. Well, I actually do need to go to the toilet, but I will be right back. But this is so fucking awesome. I'm so glad this game has turned out to be as awesome and creative as it has been. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back, as you can see. Oh. What you crazy kids doing in chat? I was about to do that then. This This is my setup for when I'm, like, playing on my PS5 and watching something at the same time. Like, if I'm, just chilling at night, like, playing Fortnite and watching a Ben 10 breakdown, from the Ink Tank, or, like, binging Worst Pre-Made Ever, or, I don't know, fucking, what's in my, yeah, Top Gear clips. I would just be doing this. It looks weird, obviously, when you actually look at me, but, you know, no one's looking at me when I'm doing that. All the bloody emojis. The YouTube-only emojis are actually pretty fun. Yeah, what about Marvel? I used to be really into Marvel, but after Infinity War, I've just sort of gone off of it a bit. I don't really have time to, like, I've just sort of fallen behind a lot, and I don't really have time to catch up. Again, you guys know I just don't really watch TV and stuff that much anyway. Yes, I pissed all the bullshit out. But I have been playing a bit of Marvel Rivals every now and then. I don't really play it by myself, but that might actually be next week's game night. I'm not sure, though. I actually think I might save that for season... Can you believe that we're almost on season 3 of game night? That's mental. Yeah, I might save that for the first batch of season 3, because I feel like if I play Marvel Rivals, then everyone's just gonna vote automatically for that to be the revisit. And we've had some really solid games this batch. We've had Lego DC Supervillains. The Forest was great, and then we've had this. I'm gonna struggle to decide what I want the Golden Revisit to be, this or DC Supervillains, and I don't even know, what, the fourth one is gonna be yet. No, I don't play with people on stream, Duffy, just because it's not really just something that I do. Right, is there anything I can really do to further replicate that? Again, surprise, surprise, they don't have any Max Steel figurines. 0 out of 10, am I right? Where's the knickknacks? I don't know who these people are meant to be. Again, it could be the developers. Where's duplicate? Control V, duplicate. I'm being lazy. Oh no, not that. Don't duplicate the entire bookshelf. Ah. And then... got my Dinosaur King card folio there. There we go. Yeah, I've been hesitant to play Marvel Rivals ever since I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, because I had a few people that were just sort of coming into chat and telling me how to play, and I feel like Marvel Rivals is gonna be even worse than that, but I'm not promising good gameplay with Marvel Rivals because I won't even claim to be good. I'd say I'm decent. The two characters that I typically play as is either Spider-Man, who I'd say is my main, or Scarlet Witch. I'd say I have had some decent games as Spider-Man, but I'm not what I'd say good. Say I'm on the low end of good, the high end of decent, but yeah, my friends, I swear to God, it's all they ever play. They fucking deep throat it. It's like they play ranked as well, like they're in platinum and everything. I just like really don't give a shit. Okay, we'll leave my bookcase like that. And then go for my bed, which is sort of visible in some of my like full cam videos, but I actually have a bed like this. That is not... What the hell? Oh, is it because of the light? Hold on. Yeah, I might have to get rid of that. It's not exactly like this, but it's right up against the wall. The ladder's in the wrong place too. Is there a better one? Not really. Yeah, let me do some fandangling to I mean, maybe actually I've made the room a bit too big. Because, like, comparing, like, the size of, like, the chair to the bed, I feel that's sort of a regular sized bed. Maybe scale it up. Oh, there we go. Let's get out of here. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. And it's actually, I need to make it a bit wider too. There we go. Again, it's like this, but the other way round. And this makes it look a lot wider than it actually is, in fairness. It's not this wide. Right up against the wall, and then I've got a set of drawers. Drawers. Yeah. Good enough. Again, it doesn't have to be picture perfect. I'm being sort of very lazy right now. It sort of rests on top of there as well. Let me make the bed a bit longer. No, that's... Nope. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, it's slightly floating. Hold on. You know what? That is genuinely accurate because my ladder is floating. Oh yeah, now this is really starting to look like my room. Again, it looks big when there's nothing in it, but when you actually start putting shit in it, it's not that big. I could probably lower it a bit though, because I can't really put my curtains in. If I make that like that, then I can lower the actual bed itself. I can't bloody... There we go, that's about right. And then, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this, but I'll give it a good old go. Ah! So this is how we do windows. It's like... sort of like this. And this is... I'm annoyed I can't, like, look down too much. Hold on. Yeah, I can't, like, look from a ground level. Yeah, that's pretty much, pretty much, oh, there are a few, hold on, few bits left. I have, can I get an accurate one? Probably, this one is the most accurate. This is a chair for my grandmother, who is, no longer with us. She hasn't been for many years. This is from her house, and I still have the chair. It's a very comfy, sort of, like, laid-back armchair, and it's a swivelly one, too. My mother's tried to get rid of it on several occasions, and I have not let her. Ugh. No worries, Ma. Thanks for stopping by. There we go. No, that's not the part I thought I was modifying. Neither is that. At least they have the undo button. There we go. It's like a dark reddish brown. There we go. Well, at a basic, at a very basic, oh, I haven't done the walls, hold on. Can I... No, I can't, can I do like a custom color one, maybe? Because my walls are like a cream color. Not that dark, bloody not. What about... That looks more like carpet. Yeah, the cursor would reset. Well, not reset, but, fucked up a little bit. No. If I, like, alter it manually... If I copy that... I'm gonna have to do this. There's got to be a better way to do it than this, but, as of yet, it would seem I haven't found it. Oh yeah, I can just quick paste. But yeah, I'm very happy with this game. I would absolutely... Because I was, like, seeing some negative stuff on it. The only negative thing I could see, potentially, would be, the limit. Because it seems as though there's, like, a 25-room limit. But, like, maybe there's, like, a way to upload your rooms. And if so, then that's, like... That's it. Well, I think on a very, very sort of semi-rushed basic level, this, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why it keeps hiding my bloody seat, is my room, pretty much. You got a lot more stuff in it, definitely not as clean as this, but, this is where I do shit. Huh. So, yeah. That's very cool. Of course, that's empty room number 2. Actually, hold on. No. We're not done yet. There is something that I actually can, put right here, scale it up. No, not by the X. It's not really, meant to be a poster. I'm sure that there might be a poster here somewhere that I'm missing, but, that'll do. This is a poster that I genuinely do have on my wall. I just gotta find the right image. Actually, I don't have the exact image, but it's close enough. There we go. It's so cool that you can do that. Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very cool. There's a few other things, obviously, but, I don't want to spend all day on one room. Yeah, this has been real fun thus far. I spent 2 hours making my room. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay. Oh, so you can upload furniture. Ah. Yeah, it seems that there might be a a limit. That's a shame. Oh well. No, I want to sort of, like, look about. And what are the little dots for? Paint 50 walls. I haven't done anything. It's because I've loaded them. 25 might seem like a lot, but not in a game like this. Oh, can we name them too? Hey! Prince's room. Right. So we have a fresh room here. Now I might actually design my dream setup. Let's see what we can do. It's gonna be so... I really hope, it's gonna be so difficult to decide which one to golden revisit for this batch, because we've had both this and DC Supervillains I'd love to revisit again. I mean, there's nothing to say I couldn't come back to these games. That's the thing. Right. Blueprint mode. Let's make my dream room. If I had all the money in the world, it'd look something like this. I think maybe, have the door. Door. Right here. Yeah, it's weird the way it works. It's like you just clicking on it counts as you like changing it. Like I'm pretty sure if I clicked on this like 100 times, it would give me an achievement. Is that a jar of dirt? It's a label with nothing on it. 0 out of 10. Okay, is that a chocolate bar? Why is it orange? Can I change the color? Oh, I can change the color. Green chocolate. Love it. No, I disagree, Andrew. Again, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, like, about that, but, that's just life, unfortunately. Like, that is just what you'd have to deal with, you know. Not everyone's gonna be logically thinking. Like, legit, over the past, like, 2 weeks, I have had to interact with some very unpleasant Max Steel people who I thought were actually quite good. Who have just been completely illogical and, unkind. And it's just like, you know, that's life. You have to take the good with the bad. You have to take the good people with the bad people. And again, I'm going to keep trying to bolster the fandom up and up and up because it deserves to have the same level of communal, it deserves the same level of notoriety as like Ben 10 does. Arguably more so because in many arguable ways, Max Steel is a better show. Certainly got better writing. Right, I've always been, someone who's, like, really modern stuff. Like whenever I go to IKEA, I really like all the modern setups and stuff, so I think I'll go for, like, the darker wood. Lovely. I think I have my bed over here. Yeah, this seems like a good one. It's very surprising that it lags when it saves, like this game lagging. Why can't I put it like... Hold on. That's not what I meant to do. Turn on no item collision, because I can just put it right up to the edge where I should be able to put it anyway. There we go. Then over here I can have my actual setup. Desk would help to start with the desk. These like, that's interesting. That is very funky too. What even is that? What is this even meant to be? Okay, are you telling me that desks like this actually exist? Because, I mean, of course that they probably do, but, that is pretty wild. I feel like that's just over the top. Like, I'm fully for, like, having a cool-looking glowing mouse and a cool glowing keyboard and a cool monitor and a cool-looking PC. But a desk... I think that's, I think this is probably the limit of what I'd appreciate. And then I can grab this. It would be good to have 3 monitors. No, hold on. I gotta fix this immediately. I just realized with my room, I didn't put my microphone in. How could I forget? How could I forget that? Where is it? Here. This would be the most accurate. I'm gonna have to turn it on to no collision, though. This is a very handy feature. I'm glad they have that. Literally pretty much right there. Although, this is how you're meant to have the mic, for this mic at least. Some people have it like I don't even know how this sounds, but it probably doesn't sound good. There we go. Can't believe I forgot that. I don't get why it keeps getting rid of my chair. Nice. Yeah. What's my favorite year of my life? What an interesting question. I think that'll probably be my first... Yeah, definitely my first year at uni. Because it was the first time, you know, I had freedom. You know, I was living away from home. And, I had such good roommates. Well, not roommates, flatmates. We got on so well. Every night we watched Primeval together because, my flatmate Katie happened to be as big of a fan of it as I am. Well, maybe not as big of a fan of it as I am, but a big fan of it as well. And I'd brought all the DVDs, so we were watching it like throughout the year. And it was just so peak. Such good people, such good memories. We had Halloween, we had like a bunch of different parties just with the four of us. Yeah, I don't think there will ever be a year of my life that will come close to being as peak as that. That was undeniably the best year of my life. I was so fortunate and so lucky to meet such wonderful people. What is this PC even? What is that? That is so weird looking. Ah, it's in my colors, red and white. Until you turn the LEDs on, of course. Shove that under there. Yeah. Yeah. Uni was good. Because at uni I decided I wanted to be a YouTuber, which is weird because the whole, like, obscure franchises success thing didn't really happen until, like, the third year of uni. But, yeah. Give me a fancy keyboard. I actually do have a, like a prototype. It's not even like a Stream Deck, but it's like a numpad, a USB numpad that I bought with the intention of using it as a Stream Deck. Ugh. But I never tested it out. I don't actually think I've got the USB space for it either, which is annoying. Because I have my mouse, my keyboard, my camera, my microphone takes up a USB slot. I've got two in the front. One is spare usually, but if I'm like using that for a controller, for instance, when I'm playing a game, I can't really you know, can't do anything with that. So yeah. That is a funky looking mouse. That thing looks like it'd break, like, immediately. Change it to red. Yeah. Glowy mouse. Again, LEDs are the sort of thing, you know, you just sort of get for the sake of looking cool. Is this a mouse pad? Yeah. What's this? It's that is... Yeah, I think that is a Stream Deck. I tell you what, I've always wanted to try one of those, mouse keyboard hybrid things. You should look them up, they're fucking wild. They're like, it's like a mouse, obviously, but with, you know, keys on it, and like WASD and stuff, like, on the mouse. I think that'd be so wild to try out. I don't really know what I would use 3 monitors. I mean, there have been very few times where I've ever thought I needed 3 monitors, but there have been times where I've been like, yeah, I could use the extra monitor right now. And technically, I do have the capability for a 3rd monitor because I have a spare old TV down here, which I also forgot to put in that other room, which I can literally just quickly swap to and slap it right in. Although I'm not sure they have TVs, it's more monitors. It's a fat, chunky one, too. Oh, it's like a monitor with, like, side bits. Yeah, good enough. And that just sort of sits down there. Again, not perfect, but good enough. It's just a bit chunky to fit on my desk. Because it's a TV. Weird that the back just disappeared. What was I saying? Yeah, monitors. Yeah, I've sort of made do with 2. I don't think you really need 2 you only really need 2 generally. It's not that I wouldn't like a 3rd. I would absolutely say yes to a 3rd, like, if I could fit it comfortably on my desk, but I can't really, because I need that space for my consoles. Unless I would have it, like, there, but I don't know if that would really be the best thing. Like, looking up all the time, craning my neck. It should be better if it was just here, but there's just not really any space for it. I'm gonna turn on no collision for this because it's... What's this one scaled at? -23. Oh, isn't that just satisfying? Perfectly aligned. And then I can have my consoles here, on the left. PS5. Don't have the Xbox One. Weirdly. So weird that they've got the Series S and the Series X, whichever order they are, and they've got the 360, but not the One. I'm pretty sure that's the One's controller, too. Or is that the 360's controller? I can't really tell. I think they're probably... I think that might be the 360 controller. I do still own a 360. Haven't used it in a very long time, obviously, but... should put that there for the sake of it. And then... I really wish I could... turn it upwards. Because I am the sort of psychopath who had the 360 that... Actually, no, it was laid flat for a while, but when it was downstairs. But when I moved it upstairs, it had to be that way, because it was on my my drawers where my TV was. I had a very weird setup with my room before. This is all relatively recent. Well, I say relatively recent. Start of not start, but summer of 2023 when I came back from uni. Awesome. Yeah, you can briefly see the sort of setup that I had. I mean, I used the green screen for a very long time. But this whole setup used to be, like, completely flipped. Like, and I can actually demonstrate this quite well with this game, because obviously it's sort of what this whole game is designed for. This obviously didn't used to be here, because there have been many videos where this wasn't here. This was here, and my TV was on top of it. This whole desk was actually here, facing that way, because my bed was rotated around, and it was here. So, yeah, it was all completely different. And I did some stupid fucking makeshift green screen bollocks where my green screen is basically just a big green canvas, and I attached it to my curtains, which I just remembered I haven't put in. This is also accurate. My switch is legit down there right now. Curtains. Curtains. They were in here, weren't they? Yep. Pretty much. Just like this. I'm gonna need to non-collision them. Stretch them out. Well, that works. Actually, they did need to be longer. Kind of wish we were just able to make them longer, because that's stretching them out. There we go. Yeah. What's my experience with the pandemic? That's a very interesting question. Well, funnily enough, the pandemic happened at my first... not during my first year of uni. It spread into my first year of uni, but the pandemic started in my final year of college, and it actually kind of saved me too. Which is really weird to say, but is like one of the only good things that came out of the pandemic. Is that we had, so because I went to college to study like video game design, and we had such a bullshit final exam. It was so shit and a terrible demonstration of what our a terrible demonstration of our skills. And it was just a god-awful exam. It was a terrible idea for an exam. But, the pandemic started right, like in the final months of my second year of college. So... We never really got to say bye to one another, which was fine, because I didn't really have that close a bond with anyone that I wasn't in contact with outside of college anyway. Like, I'm still in contact with my best friend from college, Josh. He's a crazy son of a bitch. Yeah, so... that happened, and then that spread into my first year of uni, and I had to do most of my first year at uni, which was like late 2020 into 2021. I had to do most of that, you know, remote. But that meant we had to, you know, we had a lot of time to spend with each other, and we made do. My flatmate Ben, he had it really rough because he was there to do a sports, you know, course, and obviously they could barely fucking do anything. Which, you know, very unfortunate for him. But yeah, online classes were a pain in the ass, but you know, at least, you know, I just sort of had to flop out of bed and hop onto Microsoft Teams. I'd prefer never having to do it again, but, you know, I love that I can just quickly flip between rooms when I keep remembering that I've forgotten something. Was university worth it? I mean, for me, it wasn't even, like, university itself. Like, I, found out at uni that, like, I really did not want to pursue the thing I went to uni for. Which was, like, again, video game design and stuff. It was not what I really thought it was. And, to be honest, a big part of me not wanting to pursue, like, a career in game design mainly comes from how stupid actual people that play video games are, and they completely misunderstand the effort and are not respectful of the effort that goes into making something like a video game. And I'm just like, if I can, you know, if I can struggle through something like that, and the result is just that it gets given to a bunch of ungrateful gamers who don't have a fucking clue about anything and what it actually means to make a game, then I just don't think it's worth it. And plus, it's a lot more technical than creative, and I'm a very creative person, and, like, I really enjoyed 3D modeling at first, but it's like, like, you make one fucking mistake in 3D modeling and it can, like, fuck up your whole model. And there's so much, like, bullshit when it comes to 3D modeling, like, faces and vertexes and polygons just, like, hiding within the model that you didn't even touch and fucking it up and UVing, and it's just not my thing. I've always been a creative person, and it's just like, it's not for me. It really isn't. What would I have behind here? Like, what would I have my ideal setup be? Like, what ideal thing would I have in the background? Maybe, what's this? Oh my god! It's a D&D table! Oh, that's so cool. That's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, people really don't understand how complex making games actually is. Like, you know, you can say generally, you know, it's a difficult job, but you really don't, like, understand unless you actually study it how much of a fucking bollock-ache it is. 3D modeling alone, I'd say that's, like, the most, like, I would, I'd be alright being a texturer, I think. I think I'd be a good texturer. Because I did study texturing, and I did quite enjoy it. As long as I got given, like, a pre-made model and I could just texture it, then I think I'd be pretty good at that. Because I think that was one of my favorite parts of studying it. But yeah, people just really don't understand how much, you know, how much work it is and how complex it is. too. Put a trash can there. Be cool if I could have like a little mini fridge. Maybe like right here. Although next to a hot PC, that might not be the best idea, but you know, it doesn't have to make sense. And then, of course, we need a Swagalicious. This legit looks so similar to my old one. It's like uncanny. Let me just turn on no collision. But yeah, going to uni was absolutely worth it. Like, if nothing else, just sort of to show me what I wanted to do. I mean, like, you know, I studied video game design and everything for the better part of 5 years. And, you know, I learned the ins and outs of it. And I learned that, you know, it wasn't for me. And that's fine. You know, you don't have to... It wasn't a wasted opportunity because, you know, I gained a lot of life experience from uni. And I made some memories that I will never, ever forget. Being at uni were the best years of my life. And I met some wonderful people. Oh, custom... I'm about to do something real funny. Custom mug. What's the most cursed thing I could... I love it. I love it when it gives you the option to put stuff on here. The last game that had anything like that was Dystopica, where I, like, legit put on, like, an episode of Max Steel in the background on one of the monitors. It was so fucking funny. Do I have anything good in my memes? Folder? Uncle Rufus! He's still here. After all this time. Uncle Rufus mug. That's fucking peak. Just put a car in here. Oh, that actually kind of looks like my mic. Same stand and everything. That might actually be based on the HyperX. That's the one I've got, the HyperX Quadcast. Slap that. Right there. Oh yeah, soundproofing! I could really do with some of that, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. Do it like this. This has been a very relaxing game night. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, I think it's very nice that I have a mixture of streams where it's like super high octane and intense and everything, and then nicer, calmer streams like this. Plus, it's a good opportunity to flex my creativity a little bit. which is always a good thing. There we go. I was gonna say have a window there, but that would be very bad for the soundproofing, and not even the soundproofing, the lighting. Pair of those. Look how massive those headphones are. Hold up, they're like the size of, I think, half the size of the mouse. They're like that big. I need some new ones of these because oh, what the hell? Because one of them is like quieter than the other now for some ungodly reason. Oh yeah, headphones as well. Can I put them hold on, I need to zoom out. Can I put them on my chair? No, that's where my headphones usually go, just on the arm of my chair. Why can't I like put them on the desk? Maybe because it has to be these ones. I don't really know what else I would put in a room like this. Maybe I would have like a green screen here. That would be cool. I've always wanted to do more green screen stuff. I think I saw a green screen in here. Oh yeah, I need a camera too. There we go. Oh. What's this? Oh, friggin' hell. Oh, it's one of those scorpion things. Yeah, this is a bit too... I mean, am I really saying that I wouldn't want one of these if I had the chance? Of course I would. This is fucking, like, insane. I don't even know what this is. Oh, is it meant to be like a light? I'm not sure. Oh, it is a light. Okay. I thought so. Can I turn the camera on? No, I didn't think so. Can't turn any of these consoles on. That's a shame. Can I turn the mic on? Hey! Nice. Love it. Oh yeah, where's that bloody green screen? I know I saw it. Don't pretend I didn't see it. Don't try to tell me I didn't see it. I might have been in here. I know I saw it. Don't tell me I didn't see it and stop itching my nose. Ethereal gods. Is that a sword? Fucking hell. What are they? Oh, it's a little piggy bank. I had one that looked exactly like this as a kid. I could have maybe a flag in the background with... Oh, bloody know it. Ooh, I know what would be cool to put on here. Hopefully the image actually behaves itself this time. Yeah. The custom poster for Turbified that I made. It would be so cool to have that on like an actual poster. Maybe I'll see if I can... Oh, but then again, you know, you'd have to do it yourself as opposed to like having it done through some sort of service. But yeah, that's very cool. Where's that bloody green screen? I saw it earlier, I just don't know in which bloody category. Maybe here? No. Oh, it's clothes. Yeah, I forgot about that. Again, I would have thought it'd be in here. It's gonna be time to get the old fan out soon. Oh, these are TVs. Ugh. Maybe I can just, like, stick a fucking 3D printer there. God, it'd be so cool to have a 3D printer. My uni had a 3D printer and I never made use of it. Just never found the time. And it's really annoying as well because I had all the tools at my disposal to make a bunch of cool shit. I had a modeling software because, you know, I got one. I got the license for one as part of my my course. And I just did not make use of it. Okay, what about in here, maybe? No? In here. Why would it be in desks? Ah, here it is. I know I'd seen it. Fucking hell, it's a big boy. Didn't anticipate it being this big, although I would like one that was this big. Big green screen next to my bed. But yeah, customization in games has always been, you know, what makes it fantastic to me. Yeah. As someone with a very vivid imagination, this sort of stuff is fantastic. Let's have a look. Let's mess around with some lighting because you got like all the LED stuff. Nice. Shame I can't put it on there. Hold on, if I turn off collision, if I make it, if I scale it outwards... Of course it's the last one I get. If I turn off collision, then I can put it like that. Perfect. Awesome. What else? What's this? Oh, I know what that is. I've seen YouTube shorts about that light. Funky light. Of course, what gaming setup is complete without... If I maybe move the switch forward a bit. Without a lava lamp. Oh, come on, you're not going to tell me I can't turn that on. You can't give me a lava lamp and then tell me I can't switch that on. Are you kidding me? Oh, I can switch that one on, okay. Why only one? This is the better looking one. I actually do have a lava lamp. I haven't used it in a long time, but yeah, it's a greeny blue one. Huh. A white and red one would be really cool. Although again, like, where would I put it? I don't have any room for anything. And again, it's a lot of electricity, you know? Okay, anything else? Anything else? What else would I have? I'm trying to think of stuff, but I don't think there's much, like... There would probably be stuff that wouldn't be on here. God, imagine having a fucking, air hockey table. I actually would like a punching bag. Kind of. You know, I do actually have some weights as well. I work out occasionally. Not at all consistently. They're not that big. Oh. Ah, okay. So tab opens up blueprint mode. We fucking ate the bloody, what the fuck is going on? It ate my fucking... Wait. Wait! It ain't my weight. It's a pretty sick room. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of empty space, but you know, you don't want it to be cramped like mine is. I mean, there's nothing that can be done about mine. It's just naturally a small room. Just the way it is. Maybe a rug? A rug would be nice. No, wrong color. That's black. That's red. Yeah? It's alright. That's the blue butterfly from Assemblance. I want to start just hanging up a bunch of pictures now. Actually, I'll do it with the flags, because they're a lot easier to... Well, they're a lot bigger. I'll tell you what, something I also missed from my room. It is something I ironically don't use that often. They're basically just over there. I do, in fact, have a VR headset. I have a Valve Index. I've been wanting to play some VR games that, you know, like on stream, but, it's mainly been a case that I actually don't have enough plugs in my extension lead, but I got a new one recently. Because my main extension lead has my computer, like, power cable, one of my 2 monitors, and the USB lead that goes to my Ethernet adapter. So, yeah. Obviously you need to plug in 2 sensors and, 2 sensors and the actual VR headset itself. So that would be like using all of them at maximum capacity. What's this little gadget here? Ah, a little phone thing. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, and I think she's looking pretty good, pretty good thus far. Where's the flag? No, I keep forgetting where shit is. I don't know why the music stopped either. God, bloody hell, look at that for a setup. Jesus. You have to be really into racing games to have a setup like that. Like, I've played that sort of thing before, you know, I've been lucky enough to, like, have a go in a racing setup before. I think it's probably going to be in here, isn't it? But I don't think it's worth... I mean, you know, if you've got the money, but it's like, you've got to really be into that sort of stuff. In order for it to be worth it. To put a bunch of wallpapers of, like, my most beloved franchises, like, I thought I had a wallpapers, folder. I do indeed. Really need to... Oh, I could put some of my thumbnails on here. That'd be actually really funny. Plug some of my good videos. The first episode of my Dinotopia Rewatched series, which I need to get back to. My upcoming rewatch of the Max Steel movie. Hell yeah. And, Let's see, what else? Maybe something Dinosaur King related? Yeah, my hopefully upcoming Season 2 move cards video. That looks so sick. Oh, it's so cool when it lets you have your own input like this. It's very, very cool. Awesome. Right, and with that, we've just tipped over the 3-hour mark. So I think we are going to end it here for tonight, but it's been a great stream. I've had a lot of fun. This is a game that I could get fucking lost in for hours, I think. But I really hope you all did enjoy. I've had a great time, like I said, on me, chatting about everything and anything. And I do enjoy chill streams like this, especially when you've got a great game to go with it and good people to spend it with. So, thank you so much everyone for watching. I will of course be back on Wednesday for more designing Sims 4 Max Steel characters, where I think I'm going to be designing Berto, Citro, and probably Parker. Next Friday, we're gonna attempt again. Hopefully they've fixed the fucking servers of, Cold War by then. But we're gonna, hopefully this time actually be playing, the final map of Cold War Zombies, Forsaken. Hopefully we'll be able to get a clean run out of it this time. And next Saturday, I'm not entirely sure what the final game of this batch is gonna be. I'll have to have a think about it, and I'll let you guys know. So yeah, thank you, and make sure to go check out today's episode of Dispatch. Lots of funny moments in that one. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. And if one more thing, if you're at least 16, make sure to go join the casual Discord in the description down below. And I will see all of you on another video or stream very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.